everyone, it's Lulu and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, please stay, please subscribe. Tell your friends about me. We have a lot of fun on Sunday nights. So Sunday night chit chats are just that. They're just chit chats. They're not necessarily about beauty. They're just like what happened during the week, my thoughts and opinions, etc. I am saying this publicly now. Oh my gosh, I forgot to print out my resolutions. There's only 5. Okay, so hold please. I'm back. So I had meant, did I say Happy New Year? Because it's officially Happy New Year. It's like officially 2020. In 2020, I think just the sound of it, because we're used to it. 2020 vision. I know there's a television program, 2020, kind of a news. And that's the thing is, I know many New Year's Eve parties were themed like the Roaring 20s. But when I hear 2020, I think of vision. I think of clarity. I think of perfect vision. And I'm not sure what that means for any of us, but it sure sounds nice, doesn't it? Anyway, I think, as I watch other YouTubers, for those who are new, I have a struggle, I have a speech tic of constantly using the phrase anyways. I don't know if I'm ever going to win. I try. Last week, I had mentioned I was going to talk about my New Year's resolutions. For those of you who have heard this story a million times, just go walk the dog or something. I've been making New Year resolutions for a very, very long time, decades. And I learned decades and decades ago is that you really had to be very, very specific, either with amounts or dates or like even the first step rather than the goal. And I've been able to keep, I'm not kidding, 90% of my resolutions. I just have, and I start thinking about them in October, and I start with this long list, and then I whittle it down, and I'm finally done. And so these are my 2020 resolutions. I have a feeling all of them are doable. One is really a stretch for me. Am I too far? Am I too close? I have no idea. All right, here we go. Lights out, in bed, 11 o'clock. Happy New Year. I often, I'm often up till 1:30, and I'm not, I work from home, thank goodness, so that saves me at least an hour in the morning. But, I'm up at 7:38, 7:15, 7:38 on the late side. And I know that I'm not getting enough rest. And it is important for, mental agility, beauty, everything. So lights out 11, which means, more importantly, I need to take my sleeping meds at 10, because some people take sleeping meds and they're like, as soon as it hits the system, you're out. Mine take a while on me to work. So that means meds at 10, that's really the goal, and then in bed at 11. I can do that one. I'm not gonna like doing it. I think when you work full-time, your evenings are so precious. There's the dogs, of course. So you just wanna, okay, never mind. This one is very near and dear to my heart. There are, this list probably could have been about 12 friends. And I started with a list of 12 friends. And I said, how doable is this? I have 6 really, really good friends that because of Facebook, because of email, because of texting, whatever, you feel like you're staying in touch. But the last time you were eyeball to eyeball, we all have things to do in our lives and et cetera, but I am 6 of them. I am absolutely reconnecting with them, but I'm talking breakfast, lunch, just come on over and have a cup of coffee. These are the kind of friends you don't have to clean the house for. Do you know what I mean? These are just such good friends. And no, Facebook can no longer be that main communication. So I have listed them out, and I'm sending each of them a note so that, again, you say it out loud, you have to do it. And I'm very sorry that I have not carried, neither one have carried the friendship. I'm not saying that, but I'm at a point, I'm very much at a point in my life, obviously, mother aside, okay, it's a big deal, but I should be doing this. So I'm looking forward to that one very much. It will feed my heart, my soul, my conscience, conscience, everything. So that's, okay. All right. Ceravitol, anyway, it's a vitamin. They sell it at Costco, they sell it at, Beauty, Ulta, Sephora, whatever. And I am going to take one of those, I've already started, every day. It's not inexpensive. Costco has sold these vitamins, supplements, whatever you want to call them, for years. Costco doesn't sell, maybe I shouldn't generalize, but for the most part, Costco doesn't sell junk. Like their products, they're choosing that laundry detergent because it is the top selling or the best. They choose that kind of case of green beans because they choose this tuna. And so that's kind of how I feel. And I am really I'm not going to go into what it does because quite honestly, I'm not sure. But if it can give me more energy, more focus, just all over, better skin, like the claims are ridiculous. And it's been around forever. And forever. It's not like Costco, it was a flash in the pan. It's there. At least at mine it is. So yes, I'm taking CeraVit. I should have brought a box. I have a box that does 3. It's a better price. So that, I know you're going like, I have to make a resolution in order to keep that. I need to buy a treadmill. I don't have a date set, so this is probably the most vague, but it's not as though I'm saying, increase my exercising or buy exercise. Absolutely, it has to be a treadmill. And I don't need like all the computers and screens and measure how far I walked and make it hilly or slopey or whatever, but I just want a really good treadmill. So I don't know I don't know, is that 1,000, is that 2,000? It's not something I would typically spend a lot of money on, but I think, again, it's time to not even get in shape. I don't mean get in shape, but again, just stay healthy. Just staying healthy. And I could easily walk outside, but the weather, Chicago, half the time it's going to be too cold and windy, or it's going to be just too hot and humid. And it's too easy for me to use that as an excuse. So, buy a treadmill this year. I might be buying it December 30th, but I will buy a treadmill this year, and a good one. This is the one that is going to be really, really difficult for me. Really difficult. I need to stop overbuying groceries. Now, I don't mean cut down on groceries. I don't mean save money. I don't mean trim the budget by 10%. I simply mean stop overbuying. No one needs 6 cans of peaches. No one needs every kind of loaf of bread made. No one needs 8 salad dressings, of which 4 of them are Italian. I make a list all week long. This is for years. Like as the, we need this. Oh, we need this. So I go with a really good list. I know I'm not beating myself, because I don't beat myself up about anything. But I just thought if I could stop overbuying. There's only so much room in the house. There's only so much room in the freezer. There's only so much room, whatever. And I have decided I need to really stop overbuying, but I don't really have a plan of attack other than each time I grab for something, is this something we're going to use this week? Like that, I don't care how the sale is. I don't care if it's buy one, get one free. I don't care. Am I going to use it this week? And that is going to have to be somehow my mantra that I stick to. This is not going to happen overnight with this grocery. I mean, I know for me, this is going to be a hard one. So little by little. So maybe I'll start with the produce. You know, 'cause in my grocery store, you walk through I think almost every grocery store, right? You walk. So maybe I'll just start with produce. Let's just start with produce. Don't overbuy the produce, and make my way through the grocery store so that, you know, by March, April, May, I'm like, okay, I'm buying what we need. So that's it. And every year, you may or may not remember, I choose a charity for the year. And what I do is at the end of every month, and sometimes it's $10 and sometimes it's $500, and the amounts vary. But I choose a charity of the year, and on the last day of the month, I make an electronic donation. And this year, for a lot of reasons, I'm choosing the Salvation Army. And Jackie, if you are watching, it's because of you. And I don't mean Jackie is a director at the Salvation Army for, I don't know if it's the Midwest or Illinois or Northern United States, and she is a director in the marketing department, and so she's putting on all these events, etc. A lot of my dollar bills from saying anyways went into the kettles this year. She told me about, you know, I said to her, what's the difference, Salvation Army, Red Cross? And she gave me a really kind and understandable explanation of it. I think if I had to sum it up, oh, Jackie, I hope I'm getting this right. The Salvation Army sticks around. Red Cross is more like a SWAT team. Like, they come in, they get it done, they are helping people, they are feeding people, they're getting them clothes, they are getting them shot. Like, they are like this, you know, like this. As is the Salvation Army, the difference is the Salvation Army continues kind of like after the news, you know, everything has a news cycle, you know, 3 days, 4 days, whatever. Way after the news cycle, way after other charities have left, they're still there because that's kind of when reality hits for everyone. And that is probably one of the worst explanations, but I tried. And anyway, so for that reason, my charity this year is the Salvation Army. So there are my resolutions. And the overbuying by far will be the hardest. I wonder if the Sarah Vital, I don't know how to say it, Serovital. I wonder if that's going to choose to be, I take a lot of medicine every day, and so I'm just thinking, just put the bottle there, just one more thing to take. So I'm thinking it's not going to be that hard to remember to take it, at least I hope not. What else did I want to say? New Year's Eve was splendid. Can I ever get through a video without saying, for the Pete's of love of Saint Treehood, I don't even know. Would you please join my Facebook group? It is not, I would say 90% has nothing to do with beauty. Would you say that if you're in my Facebook group and you're here and you can comment, would you say that it is about friendship, suggestions, advice, help, just comments and like, what did you do today? What did you have for dinner? Just someplace to go that is just, that maybe you can't go anywhere else and just, I don't know, say something, ask for advice that you don't want your private world to know about, whatever. And so my anyways is probably going to turn into whatever. What do you think? I'm noticing that about myself. I'm rewatching Doc Martin on Amazon Prime, or is that Acorn TV? Like, on Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to sub-channels, a lot of the British channels. So I am rewatching Doc Martin and just loving it. Just like it is. I use the word delightful. Okay, this one is truly delightful. And the scenery, the town, the village, the cliffs, the sea, the harbor. You really just want to go live in one of those cottages. You really do. And I think that was kind of it for today that I wanted to chat about. I am trying very hard it's on my beauty resolutions, because this started as a beauty and beauty only channel. And then life got in the way, and I just found this easier to do because my interest in makeup really, not wearing it, not having it, not owning it, but just going and rushing to buy things, it kind of waned. And I've said this maybe in the last few months, but I think that more and more that spark is back, which is a good thing. New Year's Eve, did I finish that sentence? Was beyond. And if you were in that's how I got there. If you are in my Facebook group, you would see photos. You would even see a little video. Last week, and then on New Year's Eve, just the most fabulous, fabulous party. And it's a party that has been happening annually forever, mostly because of my head or Vito's illness. I haven't been to it for the last 3-4 years. And this year I was ready, and I had the most marvelous time. I think that's it that I can think of right now. If I forget anything, I'll jot it down for next week. I hope to expand the YouTube channel. I'm going to introduce a segment called Whine, W-H-I-N-E. Whining, stop whining, Wine Wednesday. Of course, I will probably be drinking wine. Hold on a second. And basically, it's going to be a rant. Hopefully brief, hopefully short, highly opinionated, about anything. About anything. So I'm hoping to introduce Wine Wednesday, and I'm hoping to start doing more beauty. I bought this was a big step. I bought new backdrops. This is just my bathroom. But I bought new backdrops for beauty, for doing beauty. So I'm going to use beauty-related backdrops. So that's the first step. Okay, I ordered 3 of them because I couldn't make up my mind. So let's put those to good use. Thank you. If you can comment below, if you've made it this far, thank you. Comment, share, probably more than anything, share. And I will see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.